The Sound Capstone course is really exciting to me because you get to work with a small group of people on a project that, as a group, you feel really excited about. You're given a lot of freedom to choose what you want to do.
And throughout this entire course, the professor has been really supportive of us. So I asked for surround sound speakers, he gave me surround sound speakers. I asked for Wii controllers, he gave me Wii controllers. And so it's just been a lot of fun, just a lot of exploration that we get to do.
We're making games that don't have a visual element to them. So the visually impaired can play them just as well as people who can see, because the only thing that you have to interact with the game is your hearing.
The title of the game is See No Evil, Hear the Evil. And so basically what you have to do is navigate through this environment totally in the dark, and you have to identify the enemies that you face. So we walk through it, we can hear the reverb of the cave itself, and then eventually we walk underneath these cave stalactites, and so that's an obstacle, of course, that you're going to face, and you need to crouch down in order to make it through there. And as we walk underneath them, we can hear water dripping, that particular sound effect. And once that water dripping stops, then we know that we've made it through. And now we've encountered an enemy, which in this case is a bat. You have to identify where it is spatially and target it and shoot it down.
So this is the exploration game. You're in a park and you're going to follow your dog, which is going to run off into a cave. And from there you have to explore the cave to find your way out. So as we go through, notice some sounds, stream, walking over the bridge. We're in the cave, you kind of hear the echoing footsteps. And then you can hear the muted sound of a waterfall up ahead. So keep going, and then you drop in. And now that we're in the chamber, which has the waterfall, you can hear the full range of frequencies. The biggest challenge is trying to make it sound realistic. So if you're in a cave, you'll have echoes. You gotta try and make it sound like these sounds are bouncing, they're coming from different directions.
Theremin was invented by Leon Theremin in Soviet Russia in the 30s or 40s, and he was actually a scientist working on military technology, but stumbled across the theremin in the course of his research, brought this musical instrument to America, where it never necessarily became popular, but did find certain players who started touring, really making a musical literature for the instrument.
We wanted to turn that into a device that could sort of mimic the same feel of playing a theremin, because it's sort of an interesting instrument that nobody ever has seen or played because they are so rare. We wanted to build a software version of it that used this specific leap motion technology, which you can see on the desk here, which is a small motion device that can visualize your hands in space.
When you're playing it, you have two hands. Your right hand is controlling the pitch, so if I move it up, you will hear higher notes, and if I move it down, you'll hear lower ones. And then the left hand is sort of just general volume control.
One challenge is definitely just like the limitations of the hardware itself. With a real theremin, you're working in this rich analog environment. A lot of the work in this project was refining the code to accommodate for some of the holes in the functionality of the leap motion.
At the beginning of the quarter, we were given these called the leap motion device. And what it does is it recognizes your hand movements. I was trying to think of interesting ways to use this, and I had recently been to a symphony performance, and I was just thinking of the conductor using their hand movements to control the piece, and I just thought it'd be really interesting to try and use that in a digital way to interact with your own music. It's called Superconductor, and what it can be used for is to conduct sound or music. And so what you can do is load up MIDI files of songs, and as they're playing back, you can adjust the speed and the notes. You can just experiment with your favorite music.
With the keyboard, you can select which control you want. So we've got stuff like volume, pitch, tempo. If you want to change the pitch of the whole song, this can get kind of weird sounding. And now you have a completely different sounding song. If you want to make it faster or slower, you can do that too. You get to start from the beginning and just sort of build up anything cool that you want to make. So it's kind of up to you to use your imagination and then fulfill it.